Hello. Are you tired of your radio in your ePro or GeoPro or any Flagstaff sounding like crap? Have I got a solution for you? Stay tuned. That's terrible. Hey guys, welcome back. So I think pretty much every ePro or GeoPro or Mini Lite, any of these Flagstaff or Rockwood models have this crappy radio. It's not as crappy as you think. The execution, the installation of it is actually the culprit. When you're playing music through this thing, like Bluetooth, when you use it for your television, for your phone, Bluetooth, radio, whatever, sounds pretty terrible, right? There's these two speakers right here in our ePro 15TB, and I mean it was awful. It crackling, not very loud, stuff like that. So the reason being is from the factory, these are wired wrong. They actually wire the speakers to the back of this to one output channel. It's not grounded properly. Yeah, so that's why it sounds really awful. So we're gonna go ahead and fix that today, and I'm gonna show you how. I'm gonna show you what I used, and yeah, we'll go from there. Okay guys, so these are the tools that I use. There's not much to it. All you really need is a Phillips screwdriver. I like using my drill because it's a much faster process. You need some butt connectors. You can also solder the wires together if you wanted, but I had this kit laying around in my garage, so that's what I used. It comes with these crimpers. These are pretty freaking awful, so toss those and get you one of these. These you will use for every project in your camper. There's a crimper there in the middle, you can see right here, and then these are also cutters and strippers, so these are pretty great. These are electricians, crimpers, pliers, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, these are much better. So, you know, take these and let's get started. When you're looking at the radio, it doesn't look like there's any way to take it off or remove it. You start pulling on it, nothing happens. There's actually some screws behind these two little pieces of plastic, and well, they're magnetic. So you just kind of pry them off like so, and that one was easier. There's a magnet right here that holds them on. You can see the piece of metal, but there's just 4 screws that hold it in. So let's go ahead and unscrew that. Okay, with those unscrewed, it'll pretty much just pull right out of there. This is a super easy process. I didn't even unhook this from the battery, but I guess, you know, don't listen to me. When you pull this out of here, both sets of these yellow wires are spliced together out of one output. So it's not set up properly. And you can see the way they set this up. So imagine these weren't spliced here, they were spliced together here. They cut the speaker wires like super short. So these ones here were actually this short. Actually, they might actually be shorter than that, and I don't know why they do that. Flagstaff, Rockwood, if you're listening, please, for the love of God, if you're gonna splice them like that, leave these wires longer, but how about we just splice them properly in the first place? I don't know why you're cutting off the other channel of speaker outputs. So what you're gonna have to do is strip these wires. You grab your wire strippers. That's why I like these ones, because you're stripping from the end instead of back here, and you strip these wires back a little bit. I use red butt connectors. You could probably use blue ones as well. Strip the wires back, stick your butt connector on there, crimp it. You can see my crimp here and here. Crimp it to your other set of speaker wires. You can see a black line on that one means negative. This one is positive. It just has writing on it. There's no line. And then you'll have to resplice the other pair, because you'll have to cut it here because all these wires are connected to these. So you'll have to resplice these ones, which of course are long because that's the only pair they use. I might actually end up taking the outdoor speakers off. Every time you turn this radio on, it'll turn the outdoor speakers on, and you have to remember to shut it off. And yeah, I never use the outdoor speakers. I use a little portable Bluetooth thing anyway. Once you get this process done, I promise you, it's gonna sound a million times better. These speakers are not that great in the first place, but they are much better than what you get from the factory because they splice this wrong, the grounding is wrong, it makes these sound awful because they're not getting the right impedance. So anyway, this is probably one of the easiest modifications you can do to get a little more enjoyment out of your camper. I also wanted to show you why I have this cable here. So let's go ahead and put this away and I'll show you my setup for video. Okay guys, this is the back of the Furrion TV that comes with the 15 TB. It may come with other models, I'm not sure. This HDMI cable is usually plugged in where I have this one. So this cable actually is ran up behind the radio. You can see this little port here. It's plugged into the back of the radio, so you can take this little cover off and plug in whatever source you want. So you could plug in a PlayStation or, you know, whatever. So what I did was I actually had this really long HDMI cable that I got from work. I'll post a link of one that's long enough for you on Amazon. And I ran this down. You can see it right there. It runs down behind the cushion. It goes down underneath the cushion here. And then with our bed set up, don't pay attention to that, I haven't done a video on that yet. But the cable goes underneath all the cushions here, onto the other side, and then out behind this other cushion. And then I have a Lightning to HDMI adapter here, and this can plug into our phones, this can plug into our iPads, and then I can set it here next to the bed and watch movies from iPhones, iPads, whatever you want. And then these audio cables actually go up and behind the radio as well. So when you turn it on, see, this is what I hate. It automatically turns on zone 2. But you can see this is on aux. So if you're on Bluetooth, you know, you hit the Bluetooth button, AM, FM, whatever. And then this aux button actually is these cables right here. So when you have that signal going into the TV from your iPad, iPhone, it'll actually play the audio through this radio system. So a little quick tip there. All right, guys, if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button, hit subscribe. I will post all the links of all the tools and stuff that I used, these guys, and well, maybe not the drill, but I'll post all the stuff that I used for this little project down in the description below. And yeah, if you want to get a cable and an iPad adapter, I'll post a link for that as well, so you can watch, you know, YouTube on TV and watch me on YouTube because I'm super entertaining. Anyway, please hit that like button, hit subscribe. I'll see you on the next video. I should be posting some more, you know, DIY stuff here pretty soon. So yeah, stay tuned. Thanks again.